there that's going to fight you on flat ground. It's just a free kill if the two of you combine. If your roamer's going slower, you probably know the typical spots. Like you can have him hide behind the rock or up there or over there. Wherever kind of is suitable for him to strike at a certain time. I like to have one scout more aggressive over here, and then one scout either hanging on the back of this lip for the med to heal, or just hanging around back here. But he's more useful up there because you're probably going to be bombed. The other thing to keep in mind is if your demo fights over here, when you go right, you don't want him on that flat area. He needs to stay back like this. If he gets up on we used to call that little flat ground the fuck barrel, because that's all that's going to happen to you if you stand there. So don't stand in the fuck barrel. Alright, and then the holds are pretty easy. You probably know this shit, like... So, I like to do different stuff with the pocket scout, which would be what I go over. So you got your typical hold, roamer, another scouter over there, pocket, demo, and so on. The pocket scout will periodically run over here and peek this door. He doesn't have to go in, he just peeks it. And that's sort of the big alteration. A lot of teams don't have somebody that dedicatedly peeks that. So basically all he'll do is get a buff and chill, build and chill, but every, I'd say 10 seconds or so, he should go over and peek that door. He'll do the same when holding second. And then when you push second, it may be tempting, but never ever push along that wall. Just go ahead and jump through and go to the point. Or if you're going to push out an ISIS door over here, that's just as well. That's my preferred slow push method. And then, well, I should go back to mid for we're fucked hold, so uber disadvantage, etc. A lot of teams do a lot of different shit with this, but what I like to do is have the pocket here and the med down there. That way you're pretty well set up, and the way you'll get out is you just run through IT, which is, it puts you in danger of being wrapped through choke, but that's gonna be pretty rare that actually happens as long as you get out quickly enough. Basically, the pocket's gonna fire 2 to 3 spam rockets at the people going through choke, and then he's gonna fuck off. And then I like to have the roamer hang up here too, and that's so he can bomb them if they get out of choke. Basically, if they get to where the roamer can't see them anymore and they haven't popped, he has to bomb. They're past the rock a little, or behind the rock. And then I like to have scouts up here too, just in case somebody does a wacky fast bomb and then they can leave through choke. And then the demo, I like to just have down on the ground here because you can get nice pipe arc from here. And basically whenever the pocket and roamer start shooting is when he'll start shooting, and then he'll shoot his 3 pipes, put a sticky down, and fuck off. And that's the easy slow hold. And maybe you'll get really lucky. You can have a trap somewhere too, of course, but... And then the way I like to hold this point is a lot of teams have taken to having their pocket back here. I don't like that because it makes it too easy to bomb your med. So I have the pocket up here. The pocket scout is down there. And the way you orchestrate that is the med stands back here, which is really great for your roamer because he's going to be chilling right here, basically. And so you've got 2 easily buffable soldiers all the time. And then the aggressive scout just, depending on how pressed up we are in here, because there are going to be times when your roamer wants to go up here, you've got an aggressive scout that's pretty close to being healed if all he has to do is step right here, and now he's healed. And then if someone bombs, all our med has to do is walk back in here, and he, like, this doorway is pretty fucking difficult to reach.
So this is just if it's like even or whatever?
Yeah, even or advantage, getting ready to push.
Okay.
So you just walk back in here, because if the roamer can do some kind of a wacky bomb out of here, strafe around, and then come in here and hit you enough to kill you, he's a fucking god.
Mm-hmm.
And then the demo just chills down here on the ground. and it shoots pipes over or stickies over, whatever he feels like. He just stays close. Now, we're fucked. Well, and then the Pocket Scout, who's mainly here as a deterrent to keep people from running at our demo. He'll just run over here periodically and peek the doors, just the same as he does on the other side. And he just has to look. If he gets spammed too much from over here, you can start doing Isostore and peeking it instead. You just want to make sure they haven't rotated or haven't put a sniper in there. Because if they have rotated, then your roamer needs to go. You need to just have your roamer do some kind of shit in IT or come out of IT. So you do what I call the magical merry-go-round, which is the best way to deal with sewer garbage. So what the magical merry-go-round is you leave the aggressive scout down there and you pull your roamer back to here so he can get a solid buff. And the Pocket will just bomb over to here and open this door. And normally that will cause a lot of spam to come down him, but simultaneously the roamer bombs this door and opens here and should be able to drive in and get some kills. Essentially all we're doing is our Pocket is gonna take a shitload of damage, but they're all gonna focus on him opening the door. And then the roamer comes in and kills them while they're reloading. The other thing is the demo's going to have a sticky trap on one of those two shutter doors, and as long as we're careful about how we open the door, he'll almost certainly dead it without killing anybody. The other thing you can do is if they really heavily spam this area whenever you stand there, is just have the Pocket go in it, and then they're spamming it like crazy, and you just come back around to here and hide, and then have the roamer jump in there. And then the Pocket can do a sack play onto choke because they'll be really pressed up. Because they know that the IT is weak and most people can't resist shooting at a soldier again. So that if they're dumb, you can do that. Okay, we're fucktold. I like to build with the Pocket just because that's how I live, but you could have a scout do it too. And you just stand back here with your combo. Roamer stands up here. He pretty much covers that door. The assumption is if they come out of IT on you, there's a scout back here that should be able to see it, because your scouts really aren't involved in plays when you don't have Uber, or when you're at Uber disadvantage. Okay, pushing mid from 2. The key to this is IT sucks and sewer sucks, so choke's really the only good way to go. And although people prefer to have scouts go in early now, I still like the bomb just because it can clear, you know, the typical trap points. But your Pocket's going to jump, and he's going to look 2 places. He's going to look there. You don't look to bomb and get killed. You bomb and look there, and when you're up in the air, you bomb and look there. So that you can see if there's where they're hiding their roamer to sack on you. And if there's nothing, then he just says nothing, and you continue a normal push to the top of this. Like, this area here is your objective when you're pushing mid. Because if they're all backed up here, they can't possibly fight you. Then that's why I like to leave the scout behind, because if our Pocket jumps through and sees the roamer there or in the hiding spot over here, then it's really easy to warn us and have our scouts just shoot him out of the sky when we push through choke. But right here, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, your Pocket's gonna see it when he makes his jump anyways. And then that's a pretty rare spot anyways, because your demo's probably at least spammed once to that spot. We can hope. We can hope he's trying to feast on DPS. Just spamming stickies over here like so. But all you're doing is checking for common sack spots, and then you warn your scouts if there is, and then our push kind of stalls for a second because he'll probably bomb. And then you just get a free kill and continue on with your life. So that's the method. Just make sure you push right. So you go right on middle, check for hiders, and when you push here, you go left. And stay away from this wall. Because it's bad. Alright, last. So I'll go over pushing last first. Essentially, no one goes in lobby at all, and the hold I like to do is you just have the demo here with stickies on that door, and a scout to help him if a sniper peeks that door, because that kind of goofy shit happens every now and again. Scout stays down on the ground. Roamer is up here. And then the pocket and the med are right here. So, pretty easy for the pocket to hold this door. And whichever door he starts shooting, the roamer can shoot as well. So, you've got double soldier spam on the two most likely doors for dumb shit to happen. And our medic can pretty much just chill in here like so. Or like so. And he's safe. He can't be stabbed or harmed in any way. And then if you're gonna push, I prefer these two doors for standard pushes, and the door that we pick is based on where their combo is. If they're over here or over here, we just push the door closest. If you have massive Uber advantage, then this door is fine. I don't like the other doors. This door is okay. One door is okay if, or shutter, whatever you call it, is okay if they're like all dead. But chances are they won't be, so I don't use that door. And this one fucking blows because you're like trapped for the longest time. 2 or roll out. Okay. And then put pressure on the point and you win the round. Alright, now I'll go over holding. I'm going to teach you a patented hold now, so this one's important. So, pocket is here, med is here. And then I'll try and demonstrate the rest of this as best as I can, because I can't get in the spawn door because I'm on blue. Let me see if I can get to red. I don't know if the DM model let me in spawn or not. Good, it will. Okay. So we have one scout go sniper. And the sniper stands right here. And all he does is spam voice binds. Like so.
Okay.
Okay. And so, and shoot your gun. Wave the dot all around. Make sure that they know for a fact that you've got a sniper. So then they'll probably pop early. That's his sole function, is to make them pop early. And you can watch all the doors basically with, you know, a few steps. Wave that dot around. And then it's, you just back up and then you go to Pyro or Scout, whatever you prefer. Now the other scout is what I like to call the crouching heavy. So he stands here and doesn't take a buff so that he doesn't shout out. His existence must be a complete and total secret. And then our roamer is over here. And he spams these doors. And now the other part of this mid that is difficult. The demo puts all 8 stickies on the point in a grid pattern, like on a dice. You want it to be kind of like a 5, so you'll have, you know, 3, 3, and then 2 in the middle. And there are sticks all over the point. He just stands here, spam your pipes when they come in, and then you just, from that time on, you just continually shoot a sticky at the point. And ideally, you'll reload a sticky after each time, but if you're in a hurry, you can't. And what that'll do is single det all the stickies on the point so that they can't put anyone with point pressure onto the point. Because a lot of teams on this map will Uber a
I
scout
see.
forward,
Okay.
and then that Ubered scout will sit here until the Uber gets off of him. And while those stickies are single deading, it will throw him backwards, and then he won't be able to stand on the point anyways once he gets to it because you'll be single deading your sticks. So they'll likely put pressure on your demo, and what you do then is you just back up and put the shutter door closed. Now the team has got to tell the demo to come back out at some point. If they can confirm the door is open, but until that time, he shoots the stickies against the wall here to continually single the stickies on the point. And then at a certain point, at usually around 4 or 5 stickies into that wall, then he has to know that the next time someone touches the point, he has to dead all his stickies. And he's got to try to come back out, regardless of the call, because you're too low on stickies to dissuade point pressure anymore. So what everyone else does during that time, ideally he'll have help getting out of that door because our sniper will have switched classes. So he should be able to help our demo get the door back open if he does get pushed back. Then at that time, some things happen. Whichever way they push in, they're going to come at us. They're going to try to get up here. Somebody's going to try to get up here. We rotate to the opposite side. So if they push in these 2 doors, then the roamer is going to fuck off over to this side. If they push in any of these 3 doors, then the medic in the pocket fuck off to over here. What happens then is, as we're making that transition to one way or the other, we buff the heavy to 450, which should happen really fast. And then if they push a shitload of people up here, you just tank the heavy and he blocks the door. Which should allow for us to have some freedom, or he'll block the door here. Then once consistent point pressure occurs, then he just drops down and fucking kills everybody. Fun statistical fact, every time I've been able to set that hold up, I have never had a cap go down. It's 100% effective. Well, I played for 4 years, so it's a lot of process. Now, the only time we would lose is if we got, something fucked up happened and we didn't have all 6 guys alive. All right, now this is the other supreme masterful hold. You have Uber. Oh shit, server's changing level. Okay, so the supreme masterful hold. This is if we have Uber. This is a forward hold. So what you do is you leave the team in stock formation, so you don't use a sniper. And you could theoretically incorporate a heavy or an engineer or a pyro, but I don't really see the need to, because the whole point of this is to fuck them up bad enough that you can push 2.
Okay.
So what you do is, your med stands here, and he heals the pocket. And the pocket stands here, and all he does is spam rockets at this light and that wall where the light reflects. There's like a light reflection there from the light bulb. So you pretty much just spam rockets there and there. They cannot come into lobby ever. Right? There's no way they're getting in with him there, because your roamer is right here and he's doing the exact same shit. And so it's very hard to get into lobby. There is an ammo rotation, so what you'll do is, once the roamer or the pocket needs ammo, is the opposite soldier will step up into here, and the other one will do a quick rocket jump to get to the fucking medium kit here, and then rocket jump back into position. And that's all the more you have to do to keep your ammo supplied for the soldiers. So you just have, and then if someone rushes you here, like they're right here, then you're in position to make a force. You'll want to get ammo at 10. So one soldier will go down to 10 rockets in their full load, and then you'll get the ammo and go up to 20. And then when the other one gets to near 0, the kit will have respawned and he'll get his 10 rockets.
Is there some
so that way,
significance to 10, or just the number that you choose?
well, because you only carry 20 in the gun.
Well, anything other than that? I mean, not that it really matters.
Well, it's just, it's the most convenient.
Okay. I'll just trust you on
It's
that.
also easier to track.
Yeah.
So once the 2 soldiers end up with 10, one of the 10, then one of them goes to get the kit and the other one has to go get it when he gets to 0. It'll have respawned by that time. Alright, so the whole rest of the team, that's on lock. The whole rest of the team is Demo puts a sticky trap in the light, Demo puts a sticky trap around on this door, in the corner preferably, or somewhere, over the top, whatever he likes to do. And then he just chills right here. He's also, if our soldiers get in trouble, he's in position to help with long-range spam. But these 2 doors are his prime responsibility. Then we have a scout that's here who can be easily buffed and is responsible for helping everybody. And then the other scout is just going to peek this door periodically to make sure nobody's like hiding out or they're not really looking in there. And then, ideally, they can't really do a whole lot. There aren't a lot of options for them, and probably what'll happen is they'll try to come into lobby, and if you see a fat Uber opportunity, like they all come into lobby, then just pop your Uber and fuck on them.
This is if we have Uber ad? Okay.
Well, Uber ad or even. Because you're in a great position to have the solo Uber of your career if they come into lobby.
Yeah.
But you need to get them to come in. So don't just pop it because you see like a bunch of people up here or something. They need to be on the floor so that we can trap them in there and kill all of them.
Sure.
So that is the easy peasy forward hold. The alternative then is you can have a sentry gun here, which will cover our Demo from that door and our pocket should he need to retreat. Heavy can stand there too. Pyro in here is probably really fucking good now, but I haven't played with the new Pyro on Process. So, and that's the forward hold that leads you to be ready to push. And then the push out, you're already in position to push out. You got 1 scout goes through that door, Demo and scout go through here. Pocket and med come out down on the ground. Because ideally what'll happen is your whole rest of your team will be standing up on bats here when you come out. Or they'll be distracted by trying to kill the Demo and roll out, and then your roamer comes out up here. And you've now covered every single entry and exit. And you don't really have to worry about covering 5 door because both your soldiers have been watching it the whole time. So there's a very low chance. I mean, a spy could be hiding here, but that's it. And if you're good enough at doing your spam, you're alternating shoot a rocket, reload a rocket for each soldier, they really won't be able to get a spy in through any door but roll out. And most spies are pretty nervous about using roll out. They probably won't think to do it right away. And there you have it. That's Process.
All right. It's not too bad. And again, I don't think we played all together before on it, but I think as long as we're all on the same page, I think it should work out.
Definitely not with this roster yet.
Just as long as we're on the same page, I think it should be fine.
Yeah, I think if everybody watches this, I think it will be a lot better off. But I don't know however long this recording is. I think it's probably like an hour or something, like 45 minutes. So.
The most important parts are the last holds, and emphasizing that your pocket scout's role is to watch the doors. and kind of roam around. And he just comes back, gets a buff, and then goes roaming again. But his job isn't to fight. He's just eyeballs
Zones people.
to tell you what's going on. And then the key thing is don't really worry about pushing through sewers or IT unless like everyone is dead or you're trying to slow push into second. I would just, if somebody gets behind you and backcaps you, then oh well, you can deal with it because you can ramp slide your way back to second so fast that it doesn't really matter. But that way, and then the last push out process, last pushing out is pretty easy. Because you'll have a scout like right on top of your medic's head when he comes out. So if they try to do any shenanigans, it'll be okay.
I don't know if you talked about it, but if you are in a scenario where you're on your last and you have Uber ride for some reason, what do you think of the double lower lobby soldier push?
I mean, that could work.
It could
I
work.
just like covering every door because it's less scary.
Yeah, but you give up going upper lobby and then lower lobby. It's kind of. It would be pretty rare for somebody to go like upper lobby if you're already going lower lobby and sneak through, you know?
Yeah.
So I figured that could probably work.
Yeah, it might be something to try. But I mean, there was that one game where the team got backcapped 3 times through the same fucking door by Sandblast.
Really?
Yeah, going up top. He went through the upper lobby door and just ran straight to the point. It happened 3 rounds in a row. It was pretty fucking great, to be honest. I can't remember what match that was, but it was Sandblast that did it.
Oh, okay. All right, well, thank you very much. I do appreciate you coming in and
Thanks for watching.
talking to us all of it. So
Yeah, no problem. Process is a pretty good map, I will say.
yeah, I mean, and then the thing is that before the season started, before our current matches, we were doing pretty good in scrims, and then matches rolled around, and lo and behold, all this happened. But it's just a matter of communication.
A lot of time we like have different mentalities in matches than in scrims. It's like another problem we have.
Mm-hmm. To quote Sean Bud, you have to play to not lose.
Mm.
If you do that, you lose. That was probably the dumbest thing I ever heard a person say, but once you get past the like triple negative, then you're okay.
Mm.
So yeah, people get tight in matches and then they start to play to not lose.
It's basically been that point, you know. Of course, we have some people who are, I don't know, I guess I wouldn't say serious, but I would say maybe attitude. I don't know. It's just a matter of just getting to know everyone and properly dealing with that, I guess. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll get better as time goes on because you'll get used to how people calm. But the biggest thing is just checking spots and making sure your defense isn't highly mobile. The defense has to stay where the defense is or is supposed to be. Because then once people start moving because they're bored or need to get ammo, then shit gets really fucked up really fast.
Oh, okay.
Because then the rest of the team is not worried. Say, for example, the combo. They just assume the flank is watching such and such door, and when they fuck off to do other stuff and don't say anything, then we're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Because someone will come right in and go to our med, and then we're ruined. And that happened a few times on the Granary, so...
I guess another thing is trying to figure out, like, a lot of times, like, Mumble is always kind of chaotic, and getting to the point where we can, like, I guess effectively filter out the comms and getting to where, you know what needs to be said and not saying extra and
Do
more.
you mean so you mean a filter on speaking, not listening?
I mean both, honestly.
Okay.
We have a lot of people talking in here, and everyone's saying their own thing, and
I would actually say it's really just Viper, Scream, that talk a lot, and then a bunch of random calls from everybody else. Like,
you mean like saying miscellaneous stuff?
Just
Or
in
you
general.
mean just in general? Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about having too many comms. Like, over time, people will figure out what they're supposed to say. The main thing is that you just have one particular voice whose commands are obeyed absolutely.
We don't really have that. That's another problem.
Who usually would be that?
It would be Frick,
For
but
real?
it would be Frick or I, but like we both have like families that have to sleep right next to us, so we can't really talk late at night. And then Maka, we've told him all for a long time that he should main call, but he never really does a good job of it. So
Well,
kind
you
of
need
our
somebody to do it.
eternal problem.
I would have an election.
Yeah, you're
What's
right.
what? Say that again.
I would have an election.
Oh, okay.
Somebody has to do it. Because even the thing with main calling is, even if the call is wrong, as long as everybody does it, it'll probably turn out okay.
Mm-hmm. Again, just being all on the same page.
Yep.
I
I mean, especially at an open level of TF2, as long as you're all together, that's going to solve a lot of your problems.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're all together doing something wrong. Like, if you all together push IT on process, normally that's a bad idea, but it probably would work. It's just a little risky.
Mm-hmm. Were you able to get that like a bot or something, say, shiny?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just a playback for your.
I mean, it's
for
really
Twitch?
still recording. I haven't ended it yet.
Okay.
We were still talking over stuff, but I think we're pretty much done.
Awesome. No, I just want to make sure and